Mr. Walls, you say that after spending a short time away from Ms. Walker, you caught her with someone else's hands in her cookie jar.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you say Ms. Walker is a serial cheater and there is no way you are her child's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Additionally, Mr. Walls, you claim you lent Ms. Walker your car to help her with her child and she never gave it back, so you are suing her for $2,500.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Walker, you say Mr. Walls is a sweet-talking liar who knows very well he's the father of your 3-year-old daughter, Adriana, and you intend to prove that today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Walls, how did you get in this relationship?
Well, I worked across the street from where Dominique stayed, and when Dominique would walk out of her house going down the street, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? You know, trying to catch her attention. So, you know, I kept pursuing her. Hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Can I call you? You know, and eventually I got tired of just standing across the street, asking her, can I call? I ran across the street and started walking down the street to the gas station with her, you know, and eventually she gave me her number. Eventually, about probably a couple months, me pursuing her.
Okay, all right, well, you were persistent, so you asked her on a date?
Yes, so we started going out. It's a little park called Belle Isle where we live at.
In Detroit?
Yeah.
I'm from Detroit, I love Belle Isle.
Oh yeah, that's the spot
All
right there. So we started going out there, you know, spending time by the water. I felt it was romantic, you know. And so,
Ms. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor.
He seemed like he was a gentleman courting you. You went out with him?
Yes, Your Honor.
It was a good relationship at first?
It was good in the beginning until I found out I was pregnant. And when I found out I was pregnant, I told him, but he talked about he wanted a DNA test. And I told him we can do a DNA test because he said that he saw me in the car with another guy around the same time I got pregnant. But it was true, but it was a family member.
No way. I know her mama. I know both her sisters. And I ain't never seen this dude, period. Not near day in my life.
He never saw none of my family members except my mom.
Okay, wait. It started off so good on Belle Isle.
Yeah, it was.
Wait a minute. It was good at first, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Until you told him you were pregnant.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, when she told you she was pregnant, Mr. Walls, you weren't excited about it? Were you all boyfriend and girlfriend at this point, or what?
We were separated then.
No, cause
we were separated.
I was absent for about 30 days, unfortunately.
Okay.
I was not
away.
Near her.
Away. Did this turn into a real relationship is the point? Okay, that took too long. So it was not a relationship. So you all were having sex.
Yeah.
Without protection.
Pretty much.
But not in a relationship. So when she told you she was pregnant and it was your child, you had doubt.
Yeah.
Your Honor, when I told her I was pregnant, and he has said, well, I need to take a DNA test because he said he didn't trust me.
But she admitted to cheating, though. Because when I was gone for them 30 days, she admitted to cheating.
Did you admit to cheating?
No, Your Honor.
I asked her specifically. I said, when I was gone, have you been seeing anybody else? She said no. I asked her again. She finally said yes. She was talking to another guy when I was gone. That's what you said. That's what you admitted to me.
We in court and you still lying.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God.
She admitted. Now, if she hadn't admitted this, I wouldn't have my doubts about this baby. This is why I got my doubts, because she admitted this.
What did she say to you exactly?
She exactly said that, yes, she was talking to another guy when I was gone and not in the picture.
Talking or more than talking?
Talking in Detroit is more than talking.
I'm glad you said it and not me. No, seriously though. So the point is you thought she meant I'm dating someone else.
Yeah, she had to been because, shoot, when I come up her street one day, I'm in a different car, I come up her street one day and I see this blue Crown Victoria parked in front of her house. I see two silhouettes in the car. I seen a silhouette.
Is this what you brought? You brought an exhibit over here?
Yeah, that's what that is.
Well, I'd like to see it. Step over to your exhibit and explain it to me.
All right.
This is what, okay. Now explain to me what's happening.
Okay, this is Finkel right here. This is where I used to work. This is her house over here on Quincy. So I worked across the street from her house. Now, I'm coming down Finkel from my house on Ohio. Coming down Finkel, I turn on her block. I look at the car in the driveway like, what the what? So I said, wait a minute. I goes all the way back around the corner, come back, slow down. I look like, no, that don't look like Dominique in that car. Like, that ain't Miss Walker. Like, no. So I said, forget it. I drive on around again. I'm on
You
around
on
again.
your third lap?
Yeah, I'm on my third lap now. I'm doing a Hollywood stop now, like, yeah, that's her. That's her in the car. And then I confronted her about that. I said, you supposed to be pregnant with my baby, and you sitting in the car with this other guy.
And what did she say?
She said, whatever I do is my business. I said, and it looked like you was leaning over kissing the guy.
Step back over to the podium, sir. Thank you for that, that description.
Number one, Your Honor, the car wasn't in the driveway. The car was in front of my house. And he told me.
So you admit it. Right here, the car was in front of your house.
Right, in front
And you was
of
in the
my
car,
house.
right? You was in the
I
car.
admit
You was
that,
in the
but
car.
I'm not about
You
to
was in the
admit
car.
that I was cheating because I was not cheating when I got
Was there
What
a
you doing-
man in
what
the
you
car
doing in the car
with
with
you?
a
Yes,
man?
was.
Then? What you doing in the car with him then?
It was a family member.
Yeah, get them.
It was
Boy,
one of my
I'll tell you
family
the
members
truth.
came over
Boy.
to check on me because I was calling him the same day. I was calling him, calling him,
If I
calling
had a
him
nickel.
because I.
If I had a nickel.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
Me and my kid's mama, we was still living together when I was talking to her. So, you know, she knew this though. It wasn't no big secret to her. She knew this.
So wait, now, you lived with another woman when you all met?
Yeah.
Okay.
She knew about it though. It wasn't like I was keeping a secret. I wasn't hiding
Yeah, you
nothing.
were still in this relationship?
I wouldn't technically say that I was in a relationship with her or either her. I was just really right now waiting for these people to move out my house so I can move into my house and get away from her and not, you know, I'm kind of complicated, but I was working it out.
You were in transition.
We can call it that.
Oh, uh-huh.
We can call it
Okay.
that.
So bottom line is you weren't really claiming either woman.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
But Your Honor, he was.
But you just making circles around her house 3 times checking to see what she doing.
Well, see, she said she pregnant by me. I was just making sure her well-being was okay.
So the point is this. At that point, she's already pregnant.
Yeah, pretty much.
So did anything happen before she got pregnant that would make you suspicious?
I call her phone. She'll say she at home. I go to her house, knock on the door. Her mama come downstairs and say, Dominique not here. Dominique went over her god sister's house. I just talked to Dominique. She said she was home. This happened a couple
Your
of
Honor,
times.
No,
Oh, my
Your
gosh,
Honor,
I wish your
no,
mama was here.
Because we're gonna start from the time he said he was living with his baby mama. He was telling me
was
that
staying with me. It's a
he gonna
difference. It was my
promise to
house.
leave her so he can be with me and my child. But it have not happened like that.
Hold on. Throughout the pregnancy, you were by yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
He didn't help you go to doctor's appointments
No,
or any
Your
of that
Honor.
kind of stuff?
Nothing. He was not
Was
there
he
for
at
no-
the birth?
No.
Is he
You
on the
wanna
birth
know
certificate?
why I wasn't at the birth?
His name
Let's
was on the
not
birth
get there.
certificate, no.
Let's not get there why I wasn't at the birth. Let's
He
get that
came.
together.
He came after I had a baby. He came at 7 o'clock that night.
You called me 7 o'clock that
No,
day.
no,
Your Honor,
no.
this woman called me. She called me and said, I had the baby. I said, when did you have the baby? She said, yesterday. I said, Dominique, it's 7 o'clock.
I
It
was
is
in
7
labor.
o'clock. She didn't call me till the next day.
He was,
No,
he
I
was
called
ready, Miss
him.
Walker. Why didn't you call him?
I called him when my water broke.
No,
you did.
My
not.
mom is my witness. I called him when my water
Ooh,
broke.
I need a stack of
I
Bibles.
called him. He didn't ask her.
No,
he
you
didn't
did
ask
not.
the phone. He didn't ask the text messages, nothing.
Well, see, the problem is that since he's still with the other woman, when you call and he can't pick up the phone. We know what's happening here.
Well, that may be
Can't
true a
pick,
little
yeah, that's
May
what
be true a little
I
bit.
major in truth in this courtroom.
bit. Okay.
We know. I'm from Detroit too,
I know that's
so
right.
you can't out-talk me.
I know 100% that he is the father because when we went out for the first time, 'cause he was in the motorcycle club, and we went there and stuff like that. We was talking and we were having a good time, a good night. And one thing leads to the next. I'm on the pool table.
Oh, it was
And we did not use
operating
protection.
hours?
Huh?
No,
it wasn't.
No, the club that I had belonged to, you know, as a member, you can have a key to the bar.
Okay, the baby was conceived on the corner pocket.
Yep.
Okay. Got it. We got it. So, any other doubt that you've left out?
All my other kids, I had symptoms. You know what I'm saying? I woke up, I'm feeling like I'm puking up a little bit. I'm feeling a little nauseous. And with her pregnancy, I had none of that.
How many other kids do you have?
I got 5 other kids.
Okay. You had pregnancy symptoms with all 5?
Yeah, pretty much.
You did?
Yeah.
We hear this a lot in the courtroom, and I want to learn more about that, so I'm calling upon an expert. Jerome, will you please escort Dr. Tosha Rogers from Atlanta Premier OBGYN into the courtroom?
Sure. Go ahead and go right up to the witness stand next to the judge.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Mr. Walls, our plaintiff, has said as part of his testimony that in his 5 other children, he would feel pregnancy-like symptoms. What is this thing?
Okay. It actually does exist, and it's called Couvade's syndrome.
Couvade's syndrome.
Couvade's syndrome, yes, and it varies to different degrees. It could be very minimal to something that dad doesn't even notice, like love handles, and he figures he's getting a little bigger because mom's eating more, to nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain. So it does certainly exist.
So it's a real syndrome. It's a real thing.
Yes.
There's like scientific basis for it.
We know that hormonally, males get an increase in female hormones. They get an increase in estrogen and a few more.
When a
female
woman's
hormones.
pregnant?
Yes. Now, it can vary based on their closeness or their cohabitation with a woman. So they may feel it more if they live with the woman or if they identify more with the pregnancy.
And you all weren't living together when she was pregnant, right?
Right.
What bearing does it have on paternity? Any?
No. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't.
I'm sorry, Mr. Walls.
I mean, you know,
Mr. Walls, for your other 5 children, were you living with the mother at that time?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So that could be the reason why you didn't necessarily feel it with Miss Walker, because as I just asked you a moment ago, you all weren't living together.
No.
All right. So, Mr. Walls, before we get to the paternity results, I want to deal with your suit. You're suing for $2,500.
Yes.
You say you lent Miss Walker your car.
Yes.
And never got it back?
No.
Explain.
Forgot that. In my heart, you know, I'm a big old softy. You know, in my heart, I was like, I'm gonna give Miss Walker this car.
You're gonna give her this car, or you're going to let her use it?
I'm gonna let her use it.
He gave me the car, Your
I
Honor.
specifically told her,
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
I gave her the car. Yes, I gave her the car.
Okay.
But at the stipulation, I told her, whenever you get another car, return this car back to me. I specifically told her that.
Do you remember conditions?
No. He said this is you can have this car so you can get back and forth to the doctor appointments and stuff like that. And he did say, when you get another car, give me the car back. I said, all right, give or take her. All right, whatever. Then I couldn't get the car back because I got in a car accident. The car was so messed up, Your Honor, it could not move. If he wanted the car, I could give him the car.
So
But
now
it's
you
not
do
that.
admit that he told you to give it back. He was basically lending you the car.
Right.
Okay. The bottom line is in court, you both have testified to, admitted, and confirmed the fact that Mr. Walls loaned you this vehicle. What kind of car was it, Mr. Walls?
It was a 02 Ford Escape.
Let me pull up the Blue Book value of what this car is. We're going to say that it was a lower value running condition. That's $1,745. You did not give him the car back because you ended up crashing the car. You still owe him the value of the car. My judgment is for the plaintiff for $1,745. Moving on to the paternity. What are you hoping for today?
Hope that he, when it come out, say she his, to step up to the plate and do what you gotta do for your child. I just need help. I can't just take care of her by myself. I can't make her by myself.
Is there anything you'd like to say to Mr. Walls before these results are read?
I just want to say, if it come back and says sure, I just need an apology. If it come back and say it's not yours, I'll give you an apology.
So early in court, Ms. Walker, you said that there's absolutely no way it could be anybody else's.
No way. No.
So why did you say if it comes back and it's not yours, I'm going to give you an apology?
Because it got to be his. It ain't no other way. Ain't no other guy. No, it's not.
Let's go to the results. Jerome? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Walls versus Walker, when it comes to 3-year-old Adriana Walker, it has been determined by this court Mr. Walls, you are not her father. Ms. Walker, I gave you an opportunity, at least 5.
Well, I apologize. I'm sorry.
3 years. 3 years. Do you know who her father is?
Yeah.
Was it the guy in the car?
No. No.
Why not just be honest?
Because I was scared.
See, I'll take honesty any day. We all make mistakes, huge mistakes. And the point is we have to figure out how to do better, because I don't want to see you in here again. Ms. Brogden, you are in court to prove to Ms. Jones and her daughter that her deceased son, Tyrell Jones, fathered your 1-year-old daughter, Quamira. You say once the DNA proves your case, they need to step up for your baby.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Sugden, you say without a doubt that your brother did not father Ms. Brogden's daughter. You say the stress of her accusations have affected your mother greatly and is preventing her from healing after the loss of her son. You want her to move on and find her daughter's father.
Yes,
Is that
Your
correct?
Honor.
So, Ms. Brogden, how has your daughter been affected by the denial?
She has been affected from no partake in her father's side of the family. My baby's 1, she only saw their side like 4 times. She only see them when it's time for gatherings and stuff about Tyrell. It's hard. My baby had a seizure. She been sick. I've been going through everything with her. I have 5 kids, and she's my 5th one, and I'm struggling. Didn't have a job since I have her. Like, I have no help at all.
And this is really difficult for you to raise her alone.
Yes.
Ms. Sugden, you say that there's no possible way your brother is this child's father.
I don't think that's my brother's baby. I don't.
Why?
Tamisha, first of all, slept with 2 of my brothers. So that's what left me like, I can't trust anything she says, honestly. I mean,
She slept with
2 of my brothers.
2 of them.
2 of my brothers.
And that's true, Ms. Brogden?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you're in court saying that just Tyrell is your daughter's father.
Yes.
If you slept with the other brother too,
Yes.
could he potentially be the child's father too?
No, Your Honor.
I heard otherwise.
You did. What did
Yes,
you
I
hear,
did.
Ms. Sugden?
Ms. Chambers told me that she slept with my other brother around the same time that she slept with Tyrell. So there is a possible. Like,
So she slept with 2 brothers
around the same time that she.
around the same time.
Yes.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Ms. Brogden, you were in a relationship with Tyrell?
Yes.
You were? Mm-hmm. Explain to me the nature of that relationship.
Me and Tyrell, we were together for like 3 years. Like close to the end, Tyrell started cheating. He started staying out. He started doing all this type of stuff. It was one night, Tyrell lied and said he was at the police district. I went to the police district to check to see if he was there. He wasn't there. I went to his grandmother's house where he said he was there. He was not there. And I waited for him. I stayed there. I was drinking. I got mad, and me and the brother had sex. I had sex with Paul in, I say, March. I got pregnant in June.
How do you end up dating one guy, you're dating this guy,
Right.
and then you sleep with his brother?
Because you're mad.
The same.
Because you're
Just
mad.
for the anger?
Yes.
And so you did it to get back at him?
I've been through a whole lot with Tyrell out of the 3 years. It was not just him lying and staying the night out. No, it's more than that.
Ms. Sugden, you're saying you've heard personally that she was sleeping with 2 brothers around the same time.
Yes, Your Honor.
I slept with Paul one time.
All it takes is one
not-
time, sweetheart.
No. It just
So,
took one time.
Ms.
I got pregnant
Sugden,
when
do
he
you
came
think
home.
it's a possibility that your other brother could be this child's father?
I
as
think
well?
there's a possibility. Yes, I got that news. So yes, now I think there's a possibility. Yes. This is what she did to us. She slept with 2 brothers and we hate her because of that. She slept with 2 of my brothers and tore our family apart. She had my
How I'm
brothers
supposed
fighting
to
out
know
there.
if-
We're close. She had my brothers
How am
fighting.
I
They never
supposed
fought
to know,
ever.
though?
They
So,
never
Ms.
fought
Jones,
ever.
You say you're very upset because
No, how am I supposed to know that that's really Tyrell's daughter?
If she's not Tyrell, she's Paulden. So bottom line, she's your granddaughter and she's
Ain't
your
no bottom
niece's
line.
daughter.
Ain't no bottom
She's
line.
still a part of
Nothing.
your family. Bottom line.
What you mean bottom line?
Bottom line, she's still a part of your
You
family.
don't know that. It's
Y'all don't
somebody
do
else in the
nothing.
picture. And
It's
we ain't
not
supposed to
nobody
do
else
nothing
in the
without
family.
knowing. How you think
Nobody
somebody
else
gonna
in
do
the
something
picture.
without knowing?
Hold on.
It's
You
not nobody else
crazy?
in the
Ms.
picture.
Are you
Brogden,
crazy?
Ms.
No,
Brogden,
We ain't doing
I'm
so-
nothing.
crazy
What
about
we
my
supposed to
child.
do? We don't know if that's
I'm
our
very
baby
crazy
or
about
not.
my child.
Wait a
She's
minute,
still a
wait a
dog.
minute.
We don't know that.
Wait, Ms.
That's why
Brogden,
we
find
here.
that out.
Ms.
Don't know that.
Brogden, hold on, because your testimony just changed slightly. You said at first you only slept with Paul once.
Exactly.
And it was nowhere near the window of conception. And then you just said now that it's either one of their babies. If it's not Tyrell's, it's Paul's. So either way, the child is related to you. So
There's no way. I'm saying it because that's what they say. They're trying to make me seem like Paul's my baby dad. He's not. He's not my child's father at all.
We don't know who your baby daddy is.
Okay.
So ultimately, you're saying this has affected your family?
Yes, and my brother's he has to live with guilt because of it, you know? Now he has to carry this with him. You know, it's just too much. It's affecting our family too much. We need to get this over with ASAP.
Because he has guilt because he knows he slept with her.
Yeah, and it's a possibility, you know, that he could be the father. He was like even upset about trying to take the test. You know, it's too much.
He was upset about taking the test because he know he's not my baby father. I heard that story from a family member.
So today's test will reveal which of the two brothers is the father of your child, or whether or not either of them are in fact the father of your child. This is indeed a family affair. Two brothers slept with the same woman, and you don't know which one is your child's father. Is there anyone else you were seeing during that time?
No.
And you say Tyrell, he wanted this pregnancy.
Yes, Tyrell went to every appointment, every one.
But she didn't say it was his until he died. We didn't even know about it. Even when she was at the hospital delivering the baby, she never called us, ever, never once. We could have went to the hospital right then and got a test done. She never called. How was it his
Why
baby?
didn't you call?
Excuse me, Your Honor. When I had my daughter, I called Tyrell's child mother.
What she got to do with us?
Tierra, Tyrell's sister, was right there, and Deanna told her, this is Deanna. Deanna told her, Mish had the baby. Do you want to go to the hospital? When I'm going to the hospital for? Right then and there, y'all could have had a DNA test. I never
That was the day before you was about to leave the
Okay, so you
hospital.
brought a witness, ma'am. I'd like to hear from her. Please stand, ma'am. State your name for the court.
Deanna Chambers,
Miss Chambers, you are
Tyrell's daughter's mother.
Tyrell's daughter, so his older child.
No, the middle.
The middle child's mother.
Yes.
And you're here testifying on behalf of Ms. Brogden,
Yes.
who claims that he fathered her child as well.
Yes.
What do you have to add?
When she called me and said she had the baby, Tierra was at my house. I said, Tierra, she had the baby, one go. Oh, what I'm going to the hospital for? Right then and there, y'all could have got a DNA test done on that day.
Why didn't Mish call? Why is she going through you all the time? She's a grown woman.
You're right. Why did she go through me? But
y'all
going through you
y'all
about
don't
every
like me.
single
Y'all
thing.
hate me.
But you're a
that's
grown
who
woman.
in
If
there.
you want
That's
somebody to
not
help you with
true.
your child, you be a woman about it.
excuse
The
me.
same way how
Okay,
y'all
let's-
on Instagram
let's-
talking about me and my
let's calm
child,
down.
my innocent child that don't have nothing to do
it's
with
not
the
about her,
situation.
it's about
Ladies,
No,
ladies.
it's not. It's
It is
about
about
her.
you.
This is about her.
That's
Why
not
we
what
here?
you did.
About
You messed
her,
up
right?
our life. You messed it up.
Ladies, so Ms. Brogden, you're saying that Ms. Sugden and Ms. Jones, they didn't know anything throughout the pregnancy.
No, they did know something about
You believe they did?
Yes, they did. I came to the funeral pregnant. I was 8 months pregnant. How didn't y'all know I was
We didn't
pregnant?
see you at the funeral, Mish.
I
I
don't-
didn't see you.
I
You
don't-
probably
I
did, but
came
didn't
to
see
your grandmother's house the day that he passed away.
She sat at the table at the repast with the family, pregnant.
Yes. Tira, you did not sit next to me on your grandmother's couch and say Tyrell's gone. I spoke to you, but you were too busy crying. And you hugged me and said Tyrell is gone.
I never hugged you. I didn't even like you.
Whatever.
I never hugged
I didn't
you.
like you either. I don't like it. None
And
of
that's
y'all.
fine. And
All
we
right.
don't like you.
All right. They are upset because of the fact that you admittedly slept with two brothers, Miss Brogden, and it wasn't right on their part either, but they are, of course, feeling a kind of anger or resentment towards you. It's had long-standing consequences, so you do understand that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So you brought a witness. Yes, I'd like to hear from her now. Please stand, ma'am. And your name, ma'am?
Tiara Jones.
Okay, Ms. Jones, you're Terrell's sister.
Yes, I am. His
Okay.
younger sister.
And what do you know about this firsthand?
I was told not only from Miss Chambers, but another mutual friend that she had her other's baby daddy. Last name was Jones. And originally, Quamira was named after him and not Tyrell Jones. So it's just a coincidence that both of their last name is Jones. But at first I heard that he was there. And then, however it went, he was no longer there. And then that's when I started hearing, okay, things about Tyrell. Now, I knew that she was in fact pregnant, but I never heard it out of Tyrell's mouth that, oh, I'm having a baby with her. Everything that we ever heard was back and forth, he say, she say. The day that she did go to the hospital when she had her baby, Deanna was getting dressed. And I asked her, where are you going? And she did in fact say, oh, Mish had the baby, I'm going to the hospital. Not one time did she invite me, but I was gonna go
I sure had to invite you.
You didn't have to invite me, but
Especially
I did not know if that's my
That's your
niece.
invite. She had the baby. There you go. That's your invite to come with me or call your mom.
Okay, but I never even knew.
I should have to say, let's go. Give me your hair.
She's not the one that got to do the DNA test.
Firstly, I can't even do the DNA test.
No,
That's number one. Number two, I never
But you
said
can make the phone call to your mom.
I never said
Misha
that
had
was
the
my
baby.
niece.
Okay, I think the question is this. If there was a level of concern or belief that one of two brothers could be this child's father,
Yeah,
and once
she
you
has
did know that the child was born, why didn't you go to the hospital? Did you not go because you didn't believe?
Baby daddies, and
It don't matter. She has
and
six.
So that's why that's the bottom line of what your testimony, that it could be someone else.
It couldn't have been anybody.
And we don't know if that's our baby. No, running up to no hospital.
And the crazy thing is, Your Honor,
a year ago.
And the crazy thing is, Your Honor.
So why she ain't tell me when I asked
one
her
at
to
a
give me the
time,
mic?
ladies.
Wait,
One at a time.
The crazy thing is, Your Honor, I feel like they play with the situation and not in delicate. Like my brother's, he's no longer here.
Right.
He's not here. And if you say, okay, well, if it could be Paul's baby or it could be Tyrell's baby, the fact that my brother's no longer here and you're just saying like, well, it could be either or. Either way, it's your niece. You're not saying it's Paul. You're saying it's Tyrell's baby. And my brother is no longer here. And if he was here, he might have said it was his baby. But
y'all
he's
went
not.
right along
But
with
he's
it.
not.
And we wouldn't.
But
Just like
he's
we went
not.
right along with you and your baby.
understand?
If you
Let
want me
her
to
finish.
tell
But he's not.
No, because my brother said it was his, so we went along with it. Like I
Let
said.
her finish her testimony. She waited patiently while you all spoke. Let her finish what she's trying to say.
Thank you. So basically, I'm not saying, at first I was saying, yeah, I don't think it's her, I don't think it's his baby and all of that. Today, it can be a possibility, it can, but honestly, I felt strongly about it because I knew a lot of her past, she got around. So at the end of the day, no, I'm not gonna flock to her and say, this is my niece. No, I'm not. This is why we're here today. I'm here to find out, and I feel like I'm tired of the accusations. To say that this is in fact Tyrell's baby, you can't say that because you know that you had other sleeping partners and you have 5 different baby daddies. And it's a possibility that it is not Tyrell Jones.
Excuse me.
Was you thinking about my other baby dads when
And
you
the baby-
holding her at Sienna's
At the
birthday party?
So what? We was trying to see if she looked like her.
She
Exactly.
just
The
like
baby
her.
doesn't look
And
like-
this is
the
my
baby
brother's
doesn't look
baby.
like our
This is my
family.
brother's baby.
I never said that. You're lying,
Pictures-
Deanna. You're lying. I never said it was my brother's baby. Never did I say that. So you're
Took
lying.
pictures with the baby, crying, holding this baby the whole time, saying
All
this is
y'all
my
said
It
brother's
was
baby.
2 months after my brother died. It was
What-
emotional. Yeah, I was crying. You're right, I was crying. I just lost my brother. I still cry to this day about anything
We all
about my
cry.
brother.
We
So
all
what?
cry.
So don't say I was crying.
So what are you saying?
So what? What's your point?
what? That's not your brother.
Right, exactly.
So that's my baby
Everyone
father.
so what? That's not your brother.
And so what you're saying, Ms. Chambers, is you personally witnessed her hold the baby.
Yes.
And express a love and affection towards the baby as her brother's child. That's
Yes.
what you say
Your
you
Honor-
witnessed. And
Yes.
you say, Ms. Sugden, you were holding the baby, but this was not about knowing for certain whether this
I
was
never
her
knew
brother.
for sure. From the first day till the last day, I never knew for sure. I held the baby staring to try to see if I saw my brother in her, and I did not, and I still don't, honestly. And I'm staring and staring. Yeah, tears came down my eyes. I was crying. I was at my niece's birthday party. It was an emotional time. It was 2 months after my brother's murder. Yeah, I was crying. And
Your Honor, we're just here to know the truth. That's it. I just want to know the truth.
That's all I
And we have that truth for you.
Thank you.
I think it's time we go to the results. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. The first part of this testing is to determine whether or not either brother has fathered your child.
Right.
The second level, if we make that determination, will be to determine which brother, in fact, fathered your child. In the case of Brogden versus Sugden Jones, pertaining to 17-month-old Quamira Jones, it has been determined by this court. Miss Christina Jones is related to Quamira Jones. Now, we know that one of the two brothers, in fact, is Quamira's biological father. Now we will determine which brother. In the case of Brogden versus Sugden Jones, pertaining to 17-month-old Quamira Jones, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Paul Jones is not the father.
I'm sorry.
Which means
I'm sorry.
Tyrell Jones is Quamira's biological father.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I appreciate the fact that you crossed the aisle and made an apology. You all have been through a lot. All of you. You all lost someone very near and dear. And now we can honor him by being good to her, by giving her the type of love and support she deserves, and by you all being the village that she will need. Every child needs their village.
Yes.
Ms. Allen, you've opened your case today to prove to your on-again, off-again boyfriend that he is the father of your 20-month-old daughter, Adriana. You hope today's DNA results can save your family. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Brewer, you say it is medically impossible for you to be Adriana's father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Allen, I'll start with you. You say today's case means everything.
Yes, Your Honor.
Explain.
Well, we have a current child together already, and I'm here to prove to him, to let him know that he's Adriana's father. And he claims the other one, our current child, but he don't claim her, and that hurts me badly. And I just, I'm assuming because when his other relationships he was in, they was blaming children on him, saying it was his child and all that. And I feel like he just taking it out on me. And I feel like it shouldn't be the case.
And you believe his doubts are unwarranted?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you feel, Mr. Brewer? Do you believe your doubts are credible or not?
Yes, Your Honor. I know she's not mine. I have evidence that she was talking to other guys and stuff like that. And like she said, I've been hurt before. So, I mean, I've had children put on me. And I just don't believe she's mine.
And so you admit you are denying this baby?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me why you have this doubt, Mr. Brewer. Explain to the court.
One day her phone went off, and I was like, what's going on, you know? So I ended up looking at the phone. And when I looked at the phone, it was one of her friends' name. But when I started reading, it wasn't no friend.
Oh.
It was another man. So.
And what did the text message say?
Your Honor, that's a lie.
Well, it was one of the text messages that I read was like, you know, I don't want to wear a condom.
Really?
So I'm like, you know, what's going on with this? You know, why is she talking about that stuff like that?
Your Honor, it's his baby. I just want him to stop denying the child. I didn't mess with nobody. The text message he's talking about, I don't recall that. I don't remember none of that. I don't remember texting anybody like that. Yeah, I have guy friends. If that's the issue, he don't need to have female friends.
And so is that the only text you saw, Mr. Brewer?
No, ma'am. It was like several different guys. That's what made me mad. And I mean, like I said, that wasn't the only conversation.
So specifically, what did the text say? The other ones you saw?
Well, it was
That's
another
not true,
text
Your
message about that a guy wanted to at her, and she said she didn't care.
Your Honor, that is a lie.
Oh. Okay, can we say that more respectfully?
I'm sorry.
I don't even know if it's a way to say it.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The guy.
Forget it. I got it.
Okay.
So there's a text that says that.
That's a lie, Your Honor. That never happened. None of that happened. I just feel like
you keep cutting him off while he's trying to testify. You don't want me to hear these facts.
No, he's lying. Not that. He's just lying. None of that is true.
Why is he lying?
Like it's been multiple times, and like I told him, the reason I started texting other dudes and stuff like that, because I done seen stuff he didn't say to other females.
Oh, so the truth is you were texting other men?
Yeah, but as a friend-wise, not the way he talking. Not the way he talking. No, not like that. But the thing is, I didn't see him do it multiple times. When I was pregnant with my daughter, it was the ex he was talking to. He told her he wanted to have sex with her.
Okay, so now we're getting to what's really going on. So you playing a game for tit for tat, but you keep losing. You know I say it every time. We don't win that game. We never win that game. If you get to the point where there's too many girls on this phone, then you just got to be done. Because playing the game of tit for tat leads you smack dab where you are, paternity court. So now that we know what's really going on, and you've admitted you were talking to men on your phone.
Yes, Your Honor.
So these text messages you saw were text messages that made you think, well, maybe Adriana's not your baby.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct. And then it was an incident. She worked at a department store, and somebody that worked there at the department store showed me a video of her having sex with some guys.
Really?
While they're supposed to be on break.
On break?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, that is a lie. Like I told him, show me the proof, because I want to see for myself. He wouldn't show me. So I have no idea what he's talking about. And I asked myself, which female told you that? So I can tell her to show me. And he wouldn't tell me. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to tell you. And he just making this stuff up in his head, because he'd have been hurt before. And he feel like since he'd been hurt before that he can't trust nobody.
Your Honor, the thing is...
And I feel like he should give me a chance to show him, like, I do love him. I really do. And I want to be with him. And I want our family to be happy, but...
Your Honor, the thing is the girl, the girl that worked at the department store...
I'm trying to talk to him, so of course she gonna make up lies about me.
She was trying to talk to me. That's why she showed me the video. Because she was like, I don't want you getting done like that.
But the thing is, what video? I never seen the video, I never did it. So I don't even know what he even talking about.
And you knew for certain it was Ms. Allen?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you know?
Because of what she had on.
What I have on? We all wear the same thing at work. So what did I have on?
Denise, that was you.
We all wear the same thing.
So when you found out you were pregnant, take me back to that day.
When I found out I was pregnant, I ain't gonna say he wasn't happy, but the vibe he was getting off, you know. And it was just like, he was happy, but he wasn't. Like, it was a big surprise to him, unexpected. We was already struggling with just one child, and then having another one made it even harder and tougher. When I was going into labor, I was having contractions. I told him I didn't feel good, I needed to go to the hospital. And it was a bad weather storm we had. And I told him I need to go. He said, well, you going to go take yourself. I didn't feel comfortable going by myself. So I called one of my family members, complaining to them about that. And they told me, go and call the ambulance. I called the ambulance, they came and took me myself. He came to the hospital maybe 15, 20 minutes late after the fact I had the baby. He looked at the baby and looked at me and said, are you sure this is my baby? I said, we're not finna start that. You did it with Junior, you're not finna do it here. You can leave. And it hurted me when he said that. The thing
you said he did it with your older child?
Yeah. And I said, you can leave. We don't have to deal with that. So he left. We talked on the phone. And I told him, I said, look, she's a preemie. She came a month early. Of course, she's not fully developed. She don't have her color all the way.
So, Mr. Brewer, why were you acting so indifferent about the birth of the baby? I mean, what is going through your mind? You can't kick into gear.
Well, Your Honor, first of all, she had her previous pregnancy. She had like the problems with, you know, where she was having false contractions and stuff like that.
Okay.
I said, if you really having trouble, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and take me a shower. Just wait till I get out the shower. And I said, we'll go, I'll take you. So.
And that's just one thing you had to learn that a man can't know.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And you missed the birth.
Yes, ma'am. But the thing was, like I said, I didn't know that she was, because she didn't call me and let me know that, like, it was really happening.
Oh, is she supposed to get on the phone?
I mean, I would think so, you know.
Let me let you know, we don't have no time to make no phone calls.
Yes,
right, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right.
That's not what we're doing when that happens.
Yes, ma'am. I understand, Your Honor.
So now we understand that.
Yes, ma'am.
But in your mind, when you got there, you still had doubts anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
But Your Honor, look at my daughter and look at him. She looked nothing like me. She got my nose, but as far as anything else, no. She looked like him and his mama.
And Your Honor, one day we had got to arguing, and she told me that I wasn't the dad.
Oh, she did?
Yes, ma'am.
Take me back to that argument. What did she say?
She was just like, that's why you ain't Adriana daddy. And I looked.
Your Honor.
Sounds like you said that, Miss
Your
Allen.
Honor. The thing is, we got to arguing. As he always say when we get arguing, he get mad and leave. Oh, I ain't raising them little kids. Them kids ain't mine. You take care of them yourself. Okay. So I told him, yeah, you're right. They ain't your child. I did tell him that.
So you know you can't unring that bell.
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor. I understand.
It was a wrap. Already have doubts, and then in the argument that comes out, he's done now. Can't take that back. That's another game we don't win.
Yes, Your Honor.
And another thing, Your Honor, too, is the blood type.
Okay, and that's your other doubt. You say the blood type.
Yes, ma'am.
Explain.
Well, Denisha, me, and my son, we have O negative. Adriana has A. So, I mean, it's no way that I'm the father. You understand what I'm saying?
So you submitted a chart to the court that shows the various blood types. You say Miss Allen's blood type is O negative, your blood type is O negative, your older child's blood type is O negative, but Adriana's blood type is A.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
And you believe that it is impossible for two people with O negative blood type to have a child that has a blood type of A.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, the court would like to learn more about these possibilities, so I'd like to call on Dr. Samantha Brown Parks. Jerome, will you please escort Dr. Parks into the courtroom? I have a few questions for her. Hello, Dr. Parks.
Hi, Your Honor.
Thank you so much for being back with us. We're here discussing the paternity of baby Adriana, and Mr. Brewer has stated that he believes that two O negative blood type parents could not produce an A blood type child. That is his position. He believes that that is why Adriana is not his child, and I needed to call on you to find out if this is in fact possible.
Two O-type parents traditionally cannot make anything other than an O baby. However, there's spontaneous mutations. So the DNA can actually change even though mom and dad each give their part and they come together. Once it's combined in the baby, something goes a little different and it starts producing those antigens that are on the outside of the blood cell, hence making the child a different blood type.
Oh, that's fascinating. What is the probability of that? What percentage of children could this happen to?
So spontaneous mutations are fairly rare. Depending on your ethnicity and race, it can range anywhere from 1 in 1,000 to 1 in 10,000.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't happen very often.
So the fact that it's so rare, I'm sure, Mr. Brewer, that furthers your doubt, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But the fact that it is possible in some way, does that give you at least some sense that this could have happened?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
But overall, you still deny. You still say this isn't my baby.
Yes, Your Honor.
Not just because of the blood type, but also because of the behavior.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
What are you thinking, Miss Allen? You have a very defeated energy right now. Is there something that you need to say?
I just heard that he not, it heard that he denied her. And I wish he'd treat her the same. Like, he treat them both the same, but you can tell he got that type of doubt. And you can tell by the way he look and interact with her. And it just hurt me, like, really bad. And I just want to prove to him that he is her father. I know it, that he's her father. He's the only person I slept with, so I know for a fact it's him.
That's what they all say.
So, Mr. Brewer, if in fact Adriana is your biological child, how do we move forward?
I'm gonna take care of her. I mean, I treat both of them, the same. I mean, I love both of them unconditionally. I mean, I'll step up a little bit more. I do better.
And if she is not, where do we go from here?
Good riddance.
So the stakes are high here, and we need to get some answers. Jerome, I'm ready for the envelope. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. case of Allen versus Brewer, when it comes to 1-year-old Adriana Brewer, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Brewer, you are the father.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
You are very welcome, sir. Are you happy?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor. I'm excited, you know. That's my baby. I got 2 babies. See, there we go.
There they go.
That's a family right there.
He is excited, Miss Allen. And you
Yes.
sitting over there crying. What you feel, honey? What do you feel? I'm
happy.
You happy?
Don't cry, it's all good.
He done sat up there and talked about it like a dog. Now he talking about, don't cry, it's all good.
Yep.
Thank God for this courtroom. Yeah. Listen, this is the power of what we do. Because getting down to the truth and getting rid of the confusion, we have ability to figure out how we can move forward. I know that was a lot, but I hope there were lessons in there that you learned, right?
Yes, Your Honor. 2 wrongs
you
don't
can't,
make a right.
2 wrongs don't make a right, but 1 wrong is wrong.
That's right.
So you stop being wrong.
That's right, Your Honor. You right.
Don't try to become no life coach up in here today. You get your own life together.